Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to be a film that will change our view on not just The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, but the entire Skywalker saga, specifically even the prequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about this film by J.J. Abrams is that he will be introducing tons of Jedi and Sith lore that is going to be used in a way to evolve the characters of KYLO Ren and Rey during their travels to the Dark Spire and the Lost City, where KYLO goes to the Dark Spire, Rey goes to the Lost City. Now, what's really intriguing about all of this is that we do know that J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio borrowed a lot of elements from the expanded universe in order to use the Jedi and Sith lore in a specific way that's going to benefit our characters of KYLO Ren and Rey. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for this film. Now, specifically, a description of Rey inside of the Lost City within the Jedi section, where it's described that she enters what's said to be the Land of Warriors. Rey eventually reaches the first Jedi statue, where on the bottom of the statue lies a series of books, with the largest book dubbed as the Book of the First. The next goes over Rey opening the book, where she begins to learn about the origins of the Force and the ancient Jedi Code. It's described that in this sequence, J.J. Abrams retcons the idea of midichlorians, where a new understanding of the Force will be explained and applied to Rey. Additionally, it's described that in the Book of the First, the concept of the Chosen One prophecy will also be retconned into a better understanding of the ideology of the First Jedi and what the concept of the prophecy really means. The book is described to be made out of a leather-like material with a large black strap wrapped around it, with a unique Jedi symbol on top of the book that is a mixture between the Jedi Order symbol and a rectangular design. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this, because this, without a doubt, changes how we view the prequels. You know, in the prequels, especially in Episode 1 through Qui-Gon, we learned about midichlorians, and through characters like Mace Windu and Yoda and everybody else, we learned about the Chosen One prophecy. However, we never fully got to learn about the prophecy itself and the whole entire idea about the Chosen One in great detail, but that is indeed going to be shifted and changed in Star Wars Episode 9, as well as J.J. Abrams retconning the idea of course, midichlorians in The Rise of Skywalker. Again, like I say, this movie really has a lot going for it. A lot of changes are being made to certain pieces of Star Wars lore in order to adapt and evolve the franchise into something else that builds toward the new Star Wars trilogy, whether that's based well into the future or well into the past, we're not certain. But one thing I will say is that I am very excited to see all the different pieces of the Jedi and Sith lore, the Lost City, the Land of Warriors, and especially the first Jedi ideology that will be explained in this movie by JJ, as well as the tall statue in the Land of Warriors. In case you guys have no idea, there is a graveyard in this movie in the Lost City Jedi section that is dubbed as the Land of Warriors, and one of the big statues slash memorials is of the First Jedi, where the Book of the First Jedi is simply called the Book of the First. And in that book is where it's actually going to explain the ancient Jedi Code, as well as other aspects of the Force that the audience have never actually experienced before in the Skywalker saga. So, is this a good or a bad thing by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ and crew, changing many different elements of what fans understand as Star Wars and the Force, and kind of just changing our perception on that in, of course, The Rise of Skywalker? Is that a bad or a good move? Well, it really all comes down to how it's written and explained, how simple it's going to be, and how it's actually going to, I guess you could say, how it's really going to be executed on the big screen, right? When we think about this, it's all about execution and how it's written and how it's acted for the actors and actresses on the big screen in these movies. So, one thing I do want to add here is that we also know that the Jedi and the Sith lore in Star Wars Episode 9, especially things that have to do with the First Jedi, is going to be used in order for Rey to really move forward and to evolve as a character significantly within the second act of the movie, which typically is like, give or take, 50 to 55 minutes in of a 2.5-hour movie. Right around that time frame. But when we look at Episode 9, guys, I gotta say, I am very excited about this film. I am crossing my fingers that it's going to be close to Avengers Endgame's running time, which is 3 hours and 1 minute. If they can do, a running time like that, that would definitely explain as to why he's really going all heavy on Jedi and Sith lore. But other than that, guys, I will say, we do know that Chris Terrio, he researched a lot of Legends material in order to really incorporate the first Jedi and make him canon in Episode 9, changing him as well. In Legends, we actually knew of the first Jedi, but that's not canon, as well as the first Sith. There were all these different things that were applied in the expanded universe that were written over by Disney that are now being rewritten into the current canon material. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.